divinely guided messages for healing of the mind, the body, and the soul. So, the message today is about in stillness I receive. In stillness I receive. This is something that is very overlooked in our culture. It's maybe more common in other cultures, like meditation is a way to receiving. When you meditate, you be still, you quiet the mind and you be still, that's when you receive. When we talk, when we think about things, when we worry about things, when we have things on our mind, there are things that we have to do. There are things that can't take care of themselves. We have to go there, be there. There are people relying on us. There are situations we have to deal with. All this stuff, like this is stuff that is mostly going on in our head. Sometimes even with when we having problems, we have like, oh gosh, there's a blockage there, and I don't know what to do about it. I've been thinking about it, and I go within and I try to think about it and figure it out. And you think about it and you think about it and you don't get anywhere. That's the time in your life. That's a time in your life when it would be really valuable for you to meditate. If you don't know how to meditate, just start. Practice just closing your eyes, being still for like, just notice at first. You would just notice everything going on in your head. There's so many chatters, there's so many conversations and stuff going on in our heads at all times that once you start to notice that, then you can be okay. And who am I then if I'm not all of those voices? Then maybe I am the one observing all this stuff going on in my head. Now you're getting closer to who you truly are. And now you can start to quiet the mind and find that observer inside of yourself that can observe everything and be present. You're going to get all the answers that you need from there. I can promise you that. All blockages, I want you to repeat this. All blockages of my financial and material resources are now cleared in spirit and in flesh. These are energies. Sometimes people can wish ill upon you. Who knew that they would do that? Sometimes jealousy, sometimes just feeling like they are not enough, that they're miserable within themselves. They hate themselves. They hate their life. They should be happy, but they're not. They didn't do the work. So this is a person, people who don't do the work, they might try and put blockages on you. And you can clear this in spirit and in flesh. Your word, in the beginning, there was a word. Like your word is very powerful. If you write it down, all blockages of my financial and material resources are now cleared in spirit and in flesh. You can write it down, you can burn it, get rid of it, or just get rid of it as set your intention that this has been already done and already taken care of for you. Now you can open up. Now you can allow your spiritual team, that is the invisible helpers that you have everywhere around you. And once you start leaning on the divine and you walk your purpose, you walk your path, you're trying to reach new levels within yourself. You're trying to find the way within yourself. In stillness, I receive. Yes, in stillness, you receive. And also be aware of the people around you and the kind of blockages and the kind of intentions that they can put upon your path so that you can be aware enough and you can be strong enough and be conscious enough to clear this out as you go. Clear out your energy. Take your energy back. Be present within yourself so that you can utilize it where you want to. Peace. So maybe there was something in your life that you never got. Like we all have that. Like maybe you had a wish. You worked really hard for something. It didn't happen. This can be many reasons. There can be someone blocking you. Yes. It can also be like that this is not on your path. This is not what you're supposed to be doing. This is not a lesson that you need to learn. This is something that you already know, maybe. So maybe there's a roadblock there from the divine too. Or the people can sometimes, I have intentions for you. I want you to do this. So I'm going to put a roadblock there for you. Yes, people do that sometimes. And they manipulate you like that. But you can also find that inner knowing. In stillness, I receive. They cannot manipulate you in your stillness. It's impossible. So this is why it's also so important to find your own stillness, to find your inner sanctuary where you can actually feel 100% confident that the answer that you get is a good one for you. Taking a step, letting go of doubts. If you've had, like, I don't know, we'll say Michael Jordan said, he's fallen, he's had so many mistakes, there's been so many setbacks in his life that this is why he succeeded. Because every time that happened, then he got a little stronger. And every time it happened again, then he got a little stronger in a different way because there was something different that he had to learn. And then he maybe, so if you're a person out there, you're on a spiritual journey, you're on this growth trajectory in your life, then you are going to get like the things that you need in order for your soul to evolve. Like, and this might not be the material gains that you need right away at the gate, because if God gave it to you right at the gate, what would you do with it? Maybe you would just sit there and be comfortable then for the rest of your life, and that might not, then you wouldn't have been able to take out your resources or to develop yourself in the spiritual way that you're supposed to do while you're here on planet Earth. So maybe this is why you didn't get that promotion, or you didn't get that, because you still have different things that you have to learn to strengthen you for what is really your purpose. And maybe all of this is waiting for you a little bit further down the road once you have learned A, B, and C. Because once you know A, B, and C, the way you receive it, what you're going to do with it is going to be aligning with your purpose. You are going to get much more out of it, and you're going to be able to do much more with it. So sometimes the it might have been there at the beginning, but you didn't really get it because you weren't ready for it. So being ready for it, like, no, your wish is not going to be granted. You have to start to take the steps that you need to take. And sometimes being aware that people are having issues with other people, which we all know that, but then to clear your energy, I call my energy back. I call my energy back. I release all energies that I have attached, like from other people. I release it and I take all of my energy back. I focus my energy on my purpose. Then you can ask the divine, like, what is the next step that I need to do for my purpose, for the greater good? What is it that I need to learn? Where is it that I need to go? What is it I need to do? And then you're going to get your own specialized, like, instruction manual from the divine itself. That's pretty cool. And then you have your own unique pathway, your own unique way to go. And it's never going to be wrong because it comes from within. So it's very important to first is to find a way to be in that stillness. Sometimes people go fishing. They go fishing and then they be doing this motion so many times that they kind of stop thinking for a little bit. And that's when they get their good idea. Or some people, they go for a walk. When they go for a walk, they walk, and then they kind of forget thinking. And once they forget the thinking, they surrender, and then they get the answer. Some people do the dishes, and then when they do the dishes, they be focused on what they're doing, so they don't really think anymore. And when they don't even think anymore, they have surrendered. And then in the stillness, they receive the answer. So if you have a problem, or if you want to gain more financial material resources, then maybe the answer will come to you once you find the stillness, because you already asked the question. You have to ask the question, how can I increase? How can I do this? How can I do that? How can I increase the wealth coming into my life? How can I increase my ability to make decisions? Because you have to figure out also how to make decisions. This is very difficult if you're not used to making decisions. Trust me, I know this. I had not been having to make decisions at all in my life. I always gave my power away. I thought everybody else knew better, so I always let them do whatever. And it took me out of the equation, so I didn't have to worry about it. So it was, at the time, it was what I did. And then I didn't understand why my dreams couldn't come to pass, or why I couldn't accomplish this, or why this didn't happen. So it was a big gap. And the divine, in stillness, I received my answers. What do I need to do? All right. And I got the manual step by step. Take a step, but you have to do the things that you get instructed to do. And once you take the one step, then okay. And now you're going to feel it. You can feel it when you're on the right path. And once you take the next step, you can feel it when you're on the wrong path too. Once you start to listen within. Emperor is going to take their own decisions. You have to find a way to be comfortable that you are smart enough, you have the resources that you need, you have what it takes to make good decisions, and you do. And if you don't yet know that, you have to practice it. So find ways in your life that you can practice that part. Sometimes the group, especially if you come from dysfunctional background like myself, You come from toxic environments, and then the groups that you're going to be encountering and involve yourself with are going to resemble the groups that you came from, because you didn't do the inner work, you didn't heal the wounds. So now you're going to find similar things. That's how it works until you do the work. And so perhaps it's time to start making decisions, take a step in your direction. And you might have people around you who say, no, you can't do that, that's silly, you can't do that, that's stupid, or you can't do that because you can't do that, because they want to keep you where they're at, because you're giving them something that they want. So they want to keep you where you're at because it's benefiting them, but you don't have to. So in the boxing class, like he said, I am cool, I am calm, I'm collected, and I ain't worried about you. And I ain't worried about you. And for a people pleaser, that's a very different way of seeing things. So you can practice that and take back your power like that. I am cool, I am calm, I'm collected, and I ain't worried about you. Because then you take the focus back on your own path, your own way, your own decisions, what you got to do for you, and you don't involve all these other ones. If you don't know yet, then ask the question, how can I find my own pathway? What is it that I need to do? How can I find what is uniquely for me to pursue? What is it that I need to learn next? What is it that I need to do to grow? What is it that I need to do to whatever it is that you're trying to do? And then you practice your meditation, or you go for a walk, or you do wherever you find the stillness within. Do that, and then get the answers. And that's how it works. It's really easy once you get there. And then you might have to move away from all these people that are trying to hold you down. They're trying to keep you at the same where they are, because they have their own fears, they have their own stuff that they don't want to deal with. So you just have to sometimes break loose from things, and then you can go back to things if you need to or want to later. But you have to find your own way. The emperor is someone who takes a step, and they are not afraid to be the boss in their own life. Be your own boss. Be the boss of you, of your own life, and what direction it goes in. Trust yourself. Learn to trust yourself. Intuition is here twice. Intuition has also everything to do with like the stillness within. Trusting yourself, let the intuition be the compass. Like that is your compass. If you can listen to your intuition, you will never be steered wrong. That's the truth. You will never go down the roads that the trickery is over there. They're trying to trick you to come over there. They're trying to lie to you, manipulate you to come in this direction. We're going to give you all of this over here. This is what you dream of. That's the devil, or whatever you want to call it. Like, oh no, you should come over here. We'll give you all of this, and this will be so good for you. You would be so great over here. Okay, that's your intentions. This would also be a sidetrack. So sometimes put the blinders on, find the stillness within, trust yourself. Let your intuition be the compass and go your own way. There is nothing wrong with choosing your own way that you are guided to do from your intuition. Intuition, trust your feelings and your insights. Your angels are sending signs to help validate your intuitive hunches. The next time intuition alerts you to something, listen closely, realizing that it is your angel guiding you to something great, or leading you away from something that is not so great. So your intuition can lead you away from groups, enemies, frenemies, people, places, things that are not good for you. It can lead you towards trusting yourself, moving in your own direction. If it doesn't feel good, it's not right for you. And so new worlds. And now you might have to venture into new worlds. If in the stillness, you be guided, you be drawn to, maybe you start being drawn to a certain thing, and you start seeing pictures of that, or you start hearing about it, you start doing this, that, and it feels good for you. It feels like, wow, this is something that is like almost like silently just pulling you towards it, like, because it feels good. And that's how you know that it's real. Like your intuition wouldn't like pull you in a way that makes you, oh no, I don't want to go. Well, if you're insecurities, but it would be like something that, okay, I'm willing to overcome this within myself so I can do that, because it really is something that is calling on my name. So in the stillness I receive, you do receive in the stillness everything that you need. And the intuition is going to be, that is your guiding light. And sometimes it'll take you into a new world. This is also called maybe a new timeline. Like now you're going to get new people in your life. You're going to get a new job. Maybe you're going to get live in a new place. You're changing your timeline. You made some changes within. You listened to your intuition. So you took some chances and you made moves. Now things are bound to change around you too, because You're not who you were or where you were before. New worlds, like more adventures. And there are so many levels. They could call it level 2, like on a video game, like leveling up, like you're going to the next level. New timeline, new people coming into your life, new adventures, new experiences. And it won't happen. So your time on planet Earth is going to be the same from today to tomorrow. Whether you choose to procrastinate on whatever it is that you're going to do to tomorrow, tomorrow is going to be there, and you either did it or you didn't. And that's the choice that we have. We have free will. You don't have to throw yourself under the bus. You don't have to beat yourself up. You don't have to be mad at yourself and yell at yourself and scream at yourself. The time is going to pass anyway. And the only way that you can make changes is to actually make the changes. And we all know this, but it kind of seems like sometimes we just need to be reminded about it, because the time is going to pass anyway. And there's no shame in not doing anything either. You can choose to do that here on planet Earth too. It's your choice. But if you're looking for love, you're looking for happiness, you're looking for fun, you're looking for your life to improve, then you might have, and if you're not happy where you're at, then you might have to make some changes. And that's what the encouragement is today. Take the step, take that first step, follow your intuition, no matter what kind of crazy it looks like. And the beautiful light in me, it honors, it loves, and respects the same beautiful light in you. And until next time, namaste.